Hello everyone, welcome to Piccadilly Stampin'. I'm Pamela Pick. If you are new to my channel and you like what I do today, take a moment and click subscribe. That way you don't miss out on any of my tutorials. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you liked about this. So today I have a Quickadilly. A Quickadilly is just a play off the name Piccadilly, but it means it's one of my short videos. And this is perfect for those new stampers. You only need just a few products. You don't need like a Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. So let's get started. Today I want to use the Simply Said stamp set. This stamp set is, let me see if I can grab the catalog. It's in the beginning here by the ephemera packs and quick and easy options. Right here on page 19, Simply Said. And I'm going to use it for the birthday wishes. I have paired it with the Unbound Beauty DSB. This has got all kinds of really wonderful new in colors that go together nicely. And so let's get started and make a quick little card. Now, I have some DSP and I chose this particular one and this because I think they just meld nicely together. This pattern is what I was trying to say, in this pattern. So let's cut these down. So you will need some sort of a trimmer. I love this trimming tool. It is very accurate, and I think that's the thing that I like the most about it. So let's start with trimming this down to 1 7/8. So it's almost a 2. 1 7/8. And actually, maybe let me go this way and see if I can get 2 out of 1 cut, since the paper's longer this way. And 1 7/8. So we're cutting this square. Yes, I can get 2. Put the other one here, so almost to the 2. 1 7/8. Now, if you have trouble with knowing where an 1/8 is, don't you worry. I have an email that I do twice a week, actually, and it comes out, and if you need me to, I can add in kind of a 1-inch measurement so that you can see where to find the different on the ruler here on your trimmer. Okay, and then on this pattern, let's see, I wonder if I can get it. Let's try this direction. We're going to do again 1 7/8. Hopefully this works. And then let's trim this to 3 1/8. So 3 and then the first 1/8 after. Yeah, I should get that. So 3 1/8. Right like that. Okay. Now let me pull out our pack. So you need a trimmer. I have got some Pretty in Pink. This is one of our new in colors. And I like to take, you could score this if you wanted to, but I like to take my fingers and my thumbs, place it down, put my fingers in the middle, roll the thumbs to the end, and then just go over with my thumbs to the outside edge. And then I come in with a bone folder. That's just the quickest, easiest way for me. That way I can burnish that down really nice. I also have a piece of basic white. It's cut at 4 by 5 1/4. This is so a little bit of that pink shows. And then I have some scrap basic white and some scrap Summer Splash. This is this coordinating in color. So let's just start with adhering these. So I definitely want to make a pattern out of this where I have the papers lined up like so. So I left it so that there would be a 1/4 inch border on here, and that gives a 1 edge all the way around the papers. So my suggestion would be is to maybe use your let me get the glue off the end of that. Your silicone mat to glue on. This way you don't have a gluey surface because everything will just roll right off of this. And start with the smaller pieces. This works the best for me. I leave about a 1/4 inch edge here so that I can move this around on my paper. So this gives me a little wiggle room. And I want to leave about an 1/8 of an inch border on here. So do both of these. Now, when starting out, it takes a little bit of time to get used to it, especially when you're using a full, but just do a very thin bead of glue. That'll be plenty. It holds down very well in humidity, and which is why I like it, but it gives you a moment to like move this around and get your edges kind of lined up. Okay. There we go. Now I can come back in with these larger pieces. And I want to follow the same thing, kind of the border around the edge. And then that way I get the same line in between these pieces of DSP. Very pretty. See how that lines up where you've just got that little background on that mat showing through? Okay, isn't that awesome? Now, if you did have a Stampin' Cut emboss machine, you could actually run this through an embossing folder if you wanted to. But for today, I'm doing this so that you don't need a Stampin' Cut emboss machine. What's really wonderful about a card like this is this can be done in very limited time with very minimal supplies. A couple punches, a couple pieces of cardstock, some good DSP, and a sentiment stamp set, which is what I'm using. So we're going to put that on to that background layer. Now we've got a lot of texture and pattern going on with this. Gorgeous. So let's use a couple of punches. I have got our bow punch. It has kind of this little floret, but it also has this little greenery. And I thought, I'll just come in here. I'm going to use my little trash there to throw my pieces away. And I'm going to cut a couple of these out for a little texture. And then I'm going to bring in my scrap basic white, and I'm going to use the Berry Burst, and I'm pulling the colors off of the paper. So there's Berry Burst in this cardstock. So let's take that Berry Burst, and I'm going to use birthday wishes. Don't we all need birthday cards? So I'll use birthday wishes, and I think I'll just go right there. I'm not rocking as you can see, I've got ink kind of all around the edges and even on my block right there. So I'm not rocking the block, but I'm holding it and giving it time for that ink to transfer so that I get a very nice impression like so. I put this away because I tend to put my finger in stuff like that. Then I'm going to take out our Heartfelt Hexagon punch. And I'm just going to center this right like that. I'm going to turn the punch over and center it and punch it out. Okay. Let Let me move that over here. So now we can just determine where we need this. And I think I want it to live kind of right in the middle. I think it will look really pretty, but it kind of gets lost in the paper with all the white background, and I have the white. So let's add a little definition and a few layers to this card. And let me start by pulling out our gold and silver 1/8 inch trim combo pack. And I'm going to go with the silver because I think that's going to look really pretty with that summer splash color. And I'm going to do just a really fun little tip. I'm going to make a large granny knot bow. That's it. Just a large granny knot bow. Okay. And maybe that's a little large. Maybe I'll go a little bit like that. And then I'm just going to cut that off. We can trim this down afterwards. But I think what I want to do is I want to kind of set that in the center of this, and I'm going to use a mini glue dot, and right in the center of this bow, I'm just going to stick that on and place that kind of right here. So it kind of goes all over the project. Then using these same glue dots, I think what I'll do, bring my little table trash over here, is I'm going to mount these so that it's not sticking off of my project, but it's sticking out. And so I'll take this and this right down here on the back, and maybe another one right there. So I'll just rip that. So I have that ready to go. Oops, I need this again. And then I want to grab, let's see if I have some dimensionals. Well, they're used up, but that's okay because I will just use the edging. Don't waste the edges. These are still very much capable. So I'm going to put this on each side of the bow because I don't think dimensionals really hook well and stay up well on ribbon. So I took that side off. Now this will add a little bit of height here to our project. Look at that. So now I can trim this back. I've got a little bit that bow coming out, so it adds some of that shimmer to the project. Again, this was the gold and silver 1/8 inch trim ribbon. It's a combo pack, so I love that. And then we have the 2024, 2026 in color. These are resin dots. So these have all of these great in colors. So you can do, let me grab my take your pick tool, a little embellishment on here. You don't have to, the card's just fine. But let's add, how about if we add one there, and let's add a small one kind of right there, and maybe another small one. And I'm using the this is kind of the Petunia Pop. Goes very well with this. Maybe I'll go there. I think I'll go there. And I'm using them in 3s because they say that it's more pleasing to the eye to have an odd number on your project. And there you have it. Such a sweet card. Very easy to make. Again, that was the Simply Said. And I also used the Unbound Beauty. I used the Bow Punch and the Hexagon, Heartfelt Hexagon Punch. Now, all of these items you can find in my online store. If you're making a purchase through me, and I really would appreciate it if you do, please use this host code if the amount, or my current host code, I should say, if the amount is under $150. You can find all of these things. I'll have a link in the description of my video for you to find it if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you're watching this on Facebook, you can actually just go to my Shop Now button. It'll take you to my online store. So thank you so much for letting me show you how to make a quick and simple card today. And I will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.